Poverty is a word that impacts everyone differently. Biases and myths about poor people create real barriers. At Lorain County Community Action Agency, we work every day to combat the bias, correct the myths, and change lives. Whether it is through a collaborative effort to educate the community or through individual efforts to open clients to new possibilities, LCCAA serves and empowers all age groups and reaches the entire county. It all starts by opening minds.
Opening Minds really stems from the flow of appreciation for the work that's required to help people in need, but it also comes from an appreciation for the people that are being served themselves. There is this myth that if you could just get a job, that your life would be totally different. And in low-income households, it isn't necessarily that there's not a job in that household. It's just a low-paying job. You can work and you can still be poor.
The fallacies of someone in poverty is that they're not intelligent enough to do these things, but they are intelligent because they do find resources to solve their problem much differently than when you don't have funds. You have relationships become very important because someone will help someone, bartering, so to speak. It's not a poverty program that we do through our, and we also offer it through our Speakers Bureau, is to educate the community, government officials, businesses, on what it means to be in poverty, that it's a mindset. Did one session with industry, and we're planning on doing more of those kind of activities to have management within an organization understand what poverty is, that when someone doesn't show up for the day to work, that it's not just because they're lazy, that there's some other reason behind it. A small problem for an individual in poverty can become a 2 to 3 day task to fix. A flat tire that might be something someone in middle class could fix within a call to AAA might be, I got to look for a used tire. I need to get $10 to get a used tire to put on my car and have Uncle Bob put it on my car. Those are the educational points we want to have the community understand, that it's not that people are lazy, it's that how they deal with a problem is much differently because they don't have the resources.
Lack of resources often causes people to make quick, emotional decisions. Opening Minds applies to clients as well, and getting ahead teaches them to remember they do have resources and the strength to use them, and they don't have to be trapped by the tyranny of the moment.
That crisis moment when you do have that flat tire and you only have money for rent, you don't have anything else, getting ahead kind of gets you to the point where you're like, wait, let's step back, let's take a breath, let's think about this. How can I get this fixed? How can I get this? Wait a minute, do I have a friend that has a repair kit? Do I have to call a mechanic to fix this? Gets you into the fact that you're making solid decisions without making emotional decisions. Gets you out of that moment of fear, of sadness, of total, I would say chaos in your life. It takes you out of that moment and you can see the bigger picture.
I think a lot of people just in general get trapped by the same things. Makes me think a little bit more than just going off and doing some random thing. So many different programs here at Community Action. We focus on both crisis services and empowerment services. The idea is that if a household is not stable, we need to get them stable. For those households that are stable, we need to move them forward to self-sufficiency.
Our PIP program would help out tremendously with anybody in Lorain County because it's a percentage payment program which goes off the percentage of your income. So, and that puts you on a payment plan all year round, so therefore you are budgeted. So you know exactly how much your heating bill is going to be or your electric bill is going to be all year round.
Empowerment services open clients' minds to new possibilities for their lives. Tech Connect provides new skills that lead to better jobs. Financial literacy classes offer hope for improved budgets and savings. This year, more than 20 people received matched savings through BICAR to remain employed and even improve their employment. Empowerment extends into the next generations of Lorain County residents. Our Youth Services program works with men and women ages 16 to 24, and Head Start provides just that to hundreds of kids and families every year by opening young minds to a love of learning.
Our teachers are very intentional about how their classroom becomes a learning environment. We want children to love learning for lifelong learning. And so we prepare them for kindergarten. We prepare them for transition into kindergarten. But we want to make sure that children love learning. And so I think that all comes down to, yes, the curriculum that we choose. However, it really is the intentionality of the teachers and how they put that together in the classroom. Most of our families that have services in Head Start also need services in other areas. So that's what I love, is being able to help them to understand that there really is help and that we're here to assist them, and it really is all about helping them to become self-sufficient.
I was a single mom. I am a single mom. I had a little girl who I adopted as a baby, and I didn't quite know what to do with myself. I was unemployed on community assistance. I was on food stamps and Section 8. A friend of mine recommended to put her in Head Start, so I put her in Head Start. Got connected with a family service worker who is my backbone.
You know, education is real important for me, especially for my son, because he's, you know, going through the psychological testing and everything, because we all think he has autism. So this will be, you know, the more I know, the more I can advocate for him.
And so it's always nice when we tell them that that in fact they are their child's first teacher. And it's almost a magical moment when we do that, because the parents feel sort of empowered. And when that happens, then we can get them engaged. And when they become engaged, now they're feeling part of, you know, how their child is learning. They'll feel empowered to become part of it if you make them part of it. They want to know that they have a voice, and that is why Head Start takes that approach, is to make sure that they are involved in everything. So decisions, you know, committees, areas of places where they can help in the classroom, all of those combined are things that parents can do that help them feel like they are part of the whole process.
I wanted to be, you know, that dad that got a little chance to be part of his kids', you know, education. Here I am 5 years later, still volunteering my kids off in some other school. I'm like, but it really feels good. It's like, you know, you get to give back and really be a part of something bigger and learn about yourself. And it's made a new me. It's given me a new family. It's given me a new outlook on life.
A new outlook is exactly what Youth Coordinator Bobby Taylor wants to give the young men and women in his program.
It's an income-based program, and so sometimes our youth are in situations where they feel hopeless. And so to let them know they have value by putting them out in the community and serving other people, as opposed to just constantly receiving services, lets them know that they have that value. And exposing them with college tours and company tours also allows them to see that there's a future for me. You know, there's hope and there's opportunity here. And so by having that mindset, it really empowers them to say, what else is for me? You know, it's not that I can just stay in my community or stay in my situation. I'm young enough, you know, I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, I have enough value. Our partners talk about how great the worker I am. That empowers them to do great things. And I expect nothing less but great things from all of our youth. And it's great to see. And those aha moments when the light bulb goes off. And
Members of the youth program will get expanded work experience this May when the new bike shop opens in downtown Lorain.
Started to research about other bike shops and what type of not only work experience but youth development opportunities that could come from it. And so they began doing the training. Again, a great partnership with Ohio Means Jobs and the Elyria Bicycle Education Center to get our youth trained. And then now we've partnered with Go Lorain, which is a bike share program with the Health District and the Lorain Public Library System, and we'll be repairing bikes there. We're part of the Lorain Connected, which is formerly the Lorain Active Transportation Plan. And so the youth are gaining some great knowledge on how to use tools and how to repair bicycles.
You can't talk about community action without talking about the people who work here. And I am very fortunate to have really talented, committed, credentialed people that come in, and our values here at the agency are wisdom and compassion and momentum. And everybody who works here demonstrates those values. They get hired for it. They work it in their jobs every day. And it is my commitment that everyone who walks through our doors looking for help feels that in some way when they are greeted and when they are helped by our staff. But the people we have working here make that kind of easy. They really do. What open-mindedness does is it lets you see what's really happening. It lets you get to the bottom of things so that when you decide on programs and services and when you design what you're going to offer, it's offered in a way that truly makes a difference in the lives of others.